Hi guys. Eddie, Electric Lady Guitars. Who else? Okay, so what I've got to show you today is I was brought this neck off a Tokai Stratocaster to see if we could sort out. So what was the issue, what was the problem, what did we do, and how did we do it, and what's the relevance, all become clear. The main problem with this neck was, well, two things. It had a bow, and the relief at rest, as it is now without string tension, is about 3.5 millimeters in the middle. Terrible. And the truss rod was broken. So what I attempted to do was drill down through to the anchor for the truss rod under there, dribbled some glue down there, and my hunch was correct that that was the problem, and the truss rod did start to work. Okay, so far so good. Problem was, as soon as I got anywhere near straight, and that's without string tension, the veneer fretboard started to crack. Okay, and I can feel with my fingers even now where it started to part company. I can only assume that this neck had been put near a heat source for a very long period of time, and basically the wood's natural position now is with this bow. So could the neck be sorted out? Well, it could, but it was arranged between the client and myself that it was a lot easier to make a fresh replacement neck from scratch. Okay, so that's what we've done, and we're here today to tell you about this lovely Tokai Stratocaster, or Strat, get it right. Okay, so everything to do with the body and the hardware is original Tokai, I believe 1980s Strat. Okay, and it's the neck that's been replaced, and I'll tell you a little bit about that, and then we'll see how it sounds and how it plays. The hardware on the headstock is genuine Tokai. Okay, what came off that one. I never ever put another maker's decal motif on any guitar I make, but because this is a genuine Tokai Strat, it felt appropriate to put the Tokai decal on the headstock. But to show that it's not standard, there's the Electric Lady motif logo on the back of the headstock as well. Okay, so we've got a lovely decorative maple fretboard. I don't know if the light is allowing you to see that, and a lovely decorative rock maple neck. Okay, it's got 7.5 inch radius. Okay, at this end it goes up to a 12-inch radius here, so we've got a nice compound radius and 22 frets to bring it up into the modern era, and the frets are Jescar Evo Gold 470095, so a medium jumbo in layman's terms. Okay, they're beautiful frets, and as they age they go more and more gold, which is in keeping with the original gold plated hardware. Okay, the saddles on the neck, it's all original gold plated brass, which is wearing off, so we've kept that original, but the strings that were on here were very heavy gauge strings, which probably contributed to the bowing, and they were cutting into the saddles, so I smoothed those off, and there's no issues now with using the bar and the guitar staying in tune and returning to pitch. So that's all good and dandy. The markers on this fretboard are black mother of pearl, and it's the same, the marker dots on the side there as well. Okay, now this original neck had a 23-inch thickness at the first fret. 23-inch? I apologise. 23mm thickness at the first fret. Now I've got just about an octave reach on the piano on my hands, and I originally carved this neck to those dimensions, and I struggled. Whoever this guitar was made for by Tokai must have had huge hands and must have played with very heavy gauge strings. So some kind of Goliath there, I think. So I've carved this neck, okay, standard 21mm at the first fret, and I've profiled it on the Rory Gallagher Strat. Chris Eccleshaw always said that it was the best Stratocaster neck he'd ever come across for profile and playability. So he put that onto the Electric Lady guitars we built together. So that's basically my standard Stratocaster Electric Lady neck carve. Is based on the Rory Gallagher Stratocaster. Okay. So I think that just about covers everything. Just to say, because these are standard 10 to 46 strings, it only requires 3 springs on the tremolo block. It came with 5, so whoever ends up with this guitar will have 2 spare springs if they want that. It's a bone nut, if I didn't mention before, 42mm, whereas this one was 43. So it's very, very playable. Just check that I've covered everything before I forget. Okay, so that's it. So what does it sound like? What does it play like? Got to go through a JCM 900 Marshall. So middle pickup. So it sounds quite nice. Yeah, so that sounds nice. Neck pickup. Out of phase with these two. Out of phase with these two. So nice funky maybe a bit of wah. Nice for that. Bridge. sounds lovely, everything works, it works well. I think it sounds lovely. So there you have it. Like all guitars should be, it's fun, comfortable, easy to play, sounds lovely. What's not to like, really? So this guitar's apparently going to be up for sale, which is probably why you've been directed to this channel. If this is your first time, welcome, appreciate that. Might be worth sticking around because there's some interesting guitars coming up. So I'm not selling this guitar directly, it'll be advertised by the client. But I just wanted to thank you for spending a little bit of time with me, allowing me to show you this guitar. I really enjoyed making this neck for this and bringing this guitar back to life, which is what it deserves. And maybe you'll be the one to play it. Maybe. Okay. So it's one of those things where this is the very early days Electric Lady guitars here in Devon, UK. So I really appreciate anything you can do by commenting, by liking, by sharing, because it'll all help, and there's so much to come yet. A little bit about my background, building stuff for AC/DC, hanging out with Black Sabbath and the Road Crew, different things like that. A little bit of name dropping, but still a bit interesting anecdotal too, going back to the 1970s. But for now, I just want to say thank you very much for spending a little bit of time, showing some interest and sending some love. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much.